What's up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Thursday, November 20th, 2024. That is Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. So shout out to everyone celebrating with friends and family and watching lots of football and maybe college basketball today as well. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. If you're in a state where you can now sign up for Underdog and you couldn't when you were listening before, great time to take advantage of that 50% deposit match bonus with that promo code DailyDog and get up to $1,000 in free play with that 50% deposit match bonus. And you're going to be around friends and family who might not be on Underdog yet. If you want to help out this show, I'm putting out content every single day, rain or shine, win or lose. I'm going to be in the nose to the grindstone getting stuff done, even on holidays like Thanksgiving. I was the one who was firing away on 4th of July. I was firing during the MLB All-Star break. I don't stop. So if you want to help me out, have some friends and family sign up with promo code DailyDog when you see them before this Thanksgiving break. And also, shout out to the guys who've already been on Underdog, guys and gals. Right now, they're doing deposit match bonuses, depending on what your account status is. Some people are getting $25 deposit match bonuses. Some are getting $100. So shout out to Underdog for keeping the promos coming during this holiday season. I'm sure they're going to throw some crazy stuff up on the board before all is said and done this Thanksgiving week. So shout out to Underdog for being an awesome sponsor and putting out great promos, better than anyone else in this industry. All right. We've got a ton of NFL slips. We've given out 6, and by we, I mean me. I've given out 6 NFL slips already this week for these Thursday games. I got 4 more for you today. So let's get right into them. Today we are going to start out with the quarterbacks. 1 quarterback from each game. We're going to do wide receivers, and we're going to do running backs, and we're going to do kickers. So I'm going to take Caleb Williams, though. Longest rush higher than 12.5 yards against the why do I keep on calling the Lions Cowboys? Against the Lions. So Caleb Williams, longest rush higher than 12.5 yards against the Lions. Caleb Williams has been running much more in the last couple of weeks, and speed is one of his great key elements. One of the reasons why he was the first overall pick. I think the Lions are going to be playing from ahead in this game. I think their defense is going to be in zone and a little bit more of a prevent as this game progresses. Caleb Williams has the legs to get 12.5 yards. Alex Anzalone out of this game for the Lions, so a little less experience at linebacker there for him. Give me Caleb Williams, longest rush higher than 12.5 yards in this game. Hopefully he takes off. As I said, he's running a lot more than he used to early in the season, and more opportunities is more chances for him to spring one and get that long first down rush. Next, I'm on Cooper Rush of the Cowboys, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think the scoring environment in this game changes dramatically now that Tommy DeVito is probably not going to be playing much or at all in this game. Drew Lock can throw the ball downfield. Malik Neighbors can catch it. So I think that Cooper Rush is going to have to answer. He's got pass and receiving options with CeeDee Lamb, Luke Schoonmaker filling in for the injured Dalton Schultz. And then also, Jalen Torbert, Rico Dowdle, good receiver, running back as well. So lots of options for Cooper Rush. Higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns is the pick. Last one, Tua Tagovailoa, lower than 2.5 rush yards. Dude's not had positive rush yards since he's been back from his concussion. I think that's going to stay here. The only rush attempts he's going to get is kneeling, if you ask me. So give me, and that's probably going to be at the end of the first half, because I don't think that they're going to be up in this game. I think the Packers are going to take their business and cover that 3 versus the Dolphins. And I think no matter what the time score situation, Tua ain't taking off. There's too much on the line for a guy that has his history of not mental issues, but head issues and brain trauma when he takes off running. So I don't think he's going to run. This quarterback slip, Caleb Williams, longest rush higher than 12.5 yards. Cooper Rush higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. And Tua Tagovailoa lower than 2.5 rushing yards. 9.18x. That is a beautiful, beautiful slip. All right, wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb higher than 69.5 receiving yards. If you haven't been paying attention to the show, I'll give you clip notes all week. We love CeeDee Lamb this week. Higher than 69.5 receiving yard versus this Giants team. Yes, sir. Sign me up. In the game featuring the Bears and the Lions, I'm taking Jameson Williams higher than 50.5 receiving yards. Pretty sure he's done this or hit this number in 7 of 9 games he's played this year. If I'm off by a game or two, it's still close. This is still just a really low number for a guy who's explosive like him. And also shout out to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's awesome, but also a little banged up in coming into this game. Maybe he's a little bit limited there. If he is, more opportunities for Jameson Williams to get that 50.5 receiving yards needed for our hire. And then last one, Tyreek Hill, lower than 62.5 receiving yards. He's only gone 63 plus in 4 games this year. Weather not going to be good in Green Bay. I'm not bullish at all on the Green Bay passing attack or offense in general in this game. So Tyreek Hill, lower than 62.5 receiving yards. This is a flat 6x multiplier for the wide receiver. All right, running backs. DeAndre Swift, the revenge spot for the team that drafted him, or against the team that drafted him. For the Bears, DeAndre Swift higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. And guess what? You also get that vulture protection. Read up on vulture protection if you're new to Underdog. It's a great thing to have when you're making picks on running backs to score touchdowns. We're going to go with Rico Dowdle of the Cowboys, higher than 2.5 receptions. He's about 50-50 as far as hitting this mark, but I do think that we're going to get kind of more of a shootout than people are expecting in this Giants and Cowboys game. If that's the case, Dowdle is going to get plenty of catches. Also, Rico Dowdle, really easy target for Cooper Rush as he tries to get comfortable in this game. He's looked okay as a starter, honestly, since he's been back. So give me Dowdle higher than 2.5 receptions here. Josh Jacobs, higher than 17.5 rushing attempts for the Packers. This guy has been a workhorse lately. I think it's going to continue. Give me higher than 17.5 rushing attempts for Josh Jacobs in this spot. The last crop of new slips for Thursday Thanksgiving football. Kickers, Cairo Santos, higher than 6.5 kicking points. That is the Bears kicker. I think that he is going to get 2 field goals and an extra point at least in this game. Next one, Brandon Aubrey, higher than 1.5 extra points made for the Cowboys. Cowboys, I think, are going to put up into the 20s here. I think they're going to have at least 2 touchdowns, probably 4 if you ask me. Brandon Aubrey, higher than 1.5 extra pointers made. Then Jason Sanders, kicker for the Dolphins. Good kicker, bad spot for a kicker. Lower than 6.5 kicking points against the Packers up in the cold conditions in Lambeau. This is a 5.56x multiplier. All right, let's quickly look at the college or the NFL slips I gave out yesterday. Josh Jacobs, higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown. David Montgomery, higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown. Malik Neighbors, higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown. That was 6.62x yesterday, now 6.21x. I still like it. If you're getting the flat multiplier for these 3 dudes to score, I think that they're all, great shots at getting into the end zone. So if you're getting 6x plus, I think you can still play it. Yesterday, we gave out an interception slip. Tommy DeVito, lower than half an interception. Well, it looks like he's not playing, so you can't really play that one right now. But Tua Tagovailoa, higher than half an interception. Still like that one. And yeah, I still like that one. So if you like something else, you can pair that one or tag that onto one of our other slips. Yesterday, I gave out CeeDee Lamb, higher than 6.5 receptions, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, higher than 6.5 receptions. That was 3.56x yesterday. Now it's down to 2.88x. Don't really love it at that number. I want higher than 3x for sure. Also, just to make sure we're consistent here, I'll tell you the slips I gave out on Tuesday and tell you where we're at. I gave out Caleb Williams higher than half an interception, and I gave out Amon-Ra St. Brown higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown. That was 3x back then. Now it's 2.76x because Caleb Williams is favored to throw an interception. Don't love it at under 3x. 3x is probably the bottom. I end up where I'd want to play that one. Then for the Giants and Cowboys game, this one I gave out on Tuesday, Tyrone Tracy touchdown and CeeDee Lamb touchdown. That was 4.56x. Now it's 4.17x. 4x or above is still good to me. And then for the Dolphins-Packers game, I gave out Tua Tagovailoa lower than 241.5 passing yards. That is now 240.5. I think that's still good. And I gave out Josh Jacobs higher than 79.5 rushing yards. That's an alternate number. That one is still good. It's still 3.25x. I would play Tua Tagovailoa lower than 241.5 passing yards, basically all the way down to 235.5. So you got a little wiggle room there still. All right, there's some other sports happening today that I want to have picks in. So college football, Darian Mensah higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's the quarterback for Tulane. And then Mario Williams, wide receiver for Tulane, higher than 41.5 receiving yards. Both those are too low. Then on the other side, Seth Hennigan, quarterback for Memphis, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. He's only got 1 rushing touchdown on the year, but guess what? This is the final game of the season. Memphis has a lot to play for in this game. Pull out all the stops. Let Seth Hennigan take some hits. Let him run around that goal line. You guys are going to need to do everything you can to keep pace with the offense of Tulane. Seth Hennigan, great spot for him to get a rushing plus receiving touchdown. This is 10.87x. College basketball. Ryan Nembhard of Gonzaga, higher than 12.5 points. Nembhard and Gonzaga had a little bit of a tough game. They got their first league loss of the year. Nembhard has been around the college game for a long time. He's a leader. Set the example. Score 13 plus points in this one against Indiana. Then we're going to go to Braden Smith of Purdue, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made. Again, he's definitely capable of this. I hope he shoots 4 or 5 times. If he shoots 5 times, I think we're going to get here. So let's get it. Braden Smith, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made, 3.39x multiplier. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up that promo code DailyDog. Otherwise, enjoy Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Enjoy, watching all these games, and let's make some money.